Welcome to everyone. Let's keep it honest. When a Sigma female turns down a guy and leaves, it's nothing like those big movie scenes where everything slows down and the music gets intense. Instead, it's like she quietly slips out of a dull party without making a fuss. You wouldn't even notice the door shutting. Sigma females are truly unique. They don't engage in the usual romantic plays, nor do they chase the typical dreams that society expects them to. They are the kind of women who value their independence so much and are so at ease with who they are that any lackluster proposal just won't do. When a Sigma female decides to leave, it's not to prove a point or because she can't handle a relationship. Instead, she leaves because she prefers her own company, whether that's lost in her thoughts, enjoying a good book, or maybe watching a series on the cosmos rather than enduring dull chats. Her standards are high, and they aren't about superficial things like job titles, physical looks, or smooth talk. What really matters to her are meaningful conversations, emotional depth, and your respect for her independence. If you don't vibe with her, she'll slip away quietly and effectively, like a master of dignity. Why does she turn down men and step back? It's straightforward. She won't settle for anything less than truly remarkable, and she has no tolerance for anything that disrupts her tranquility. She values herself and her time too much to spend it on someone who doesn't meet her expectations. Let's dive in, everyone. For a better understanding, watch the video from beginning to end, and I'm eager to see your thoughts in the comments. Number 1. They avoid people who need to control everything. Perfectionists are a deal breaker, captures how a Sigma female feels about anyone trying to restrict her freedom. She places a high value on being independent and making her own choices. So, if a man attempts to dominate her, whether through sneaky tactics or clear demands, it's like running into a barrier. She instantly rejects any type of control over her emotions, body, or mind. She avoids power struggles and won't let anyone overstep her personal boundaries. Sigma females are very sensitive to even the slightest attempts at control. It's not only the obvious things, like being told where to go or who to meet. It includes the small, often overlooked efforts to influence her choices, play with her emotions, or subtly make her feel bad for choosing her own path. These could be masked as care or affection, but she can see through them. Possessiveness. That's a surefire way to drive her away. She's not interested in being treated like someone's possession or having her actions monitored. A Sigma female treasures her personal space, her liberty, and her ability to decide for herself without meddling. If a man tries to infringe on this in any way, she'll pull away before the discussion even finishes. Simply put, control freaks have no chance with her. She's clear about her needs, freedom, respect, and self-determination, and she'll never settle for less. Number 2. She knows wanting someone isn't the same as being a good match. She understands that wanting someone and being a good match with them are not the same thing. This belief is crucial for Sigma females when it comes to relationships. While it's easy for many to get swept up in the thrill of new love or the excitement of attraction, a Sigma female sees beyond that. She knows that while desire can be exciting, it often doesn't last long. She's not the type to mistake a short burst of chemistry for a real connection. For her, feeling a spark isn't enough. She looks for deeper qualities like shared values, similar life goals, and emotional maturity. Desire might spark a conversation, but she's quick to figure out if there's something genuine beyond that first attraction. She's very aware of any signs that they might not be a good match, even if there's a lot of passion. If she feels that a relationship doesn't have a strong base, she won't stay just because it feels thrilling at the moment. She knows that a relationship based only on passion is like building a house on sand. It may seem okay for a while, but it won't hold up in the long run. Instead of getting carried away by her feelings, she considers whether there's a future in the relationship. If she finds that a relationship is all about passion but lacks substance, she's ready to leave, no matter how intense the desire may be. For her, brief passions are not worth giving up the chance for a true, lifelong bond. Number 3, they can spot false confidence a mile away. Sigma females have a keen eye for spotting fake confidence. They are really great at figuring out people and can quickly notice when someone is acting like something they are not. Any show of false bravery, overdone confidence, or behavior that seems more like an act than genuine quickly alerts them. They appreciate truthfulness and authenticity more than anything. It doesn't matter to them if someone isn't the most outspoken or doesn't talk up their achievements. Actually, they prefer it that way. They like people who are genuine about who they are, without feeling the need to puff up their confidence or skills just to seem impressive. If a man acts like he's bigger, more successful, or more in control than he truly is, a Sigma female will see right through him. She can recognize insecurity that's hidden behind a mask of fake confidence. To her, this shows a person is not self-aware or emotionally mature, qualities she finds essential. When she realizes someone is putting on an act, she simply moves on. There's no drama or argument, just a calm and clear decision to walk away. She values being around people who are imperfect but genuine, rather than someone who is trying too hard to be someone else. Thanks so much, everyone, for being such a loyal subscriber. Your ongoing support means a lot to us and motivates us to keep creating valuable content. We really appreciate your involvement and encouragement. Number 4, they have no patience for battles of pride. A Sigma female won't put up with men who get caught up in who's the boss and who's not. She doesn't like fighting over who's in charge or trying to show she's the boss in a relationship. As soon as a man starts showing off or trying to be dominant, she begins to lose interest. Sigma females are different. They don't care about controlling or being controlled. They look for balance, respect, and freedom. If they meet men who are more interested in showing power or winning silly fights about who's better, they don't fight. They just don't join in. Trying to control a Sigma female is like trying to talk to someone who isn't there. She'll quietly vanish before any fight starts. In her view, a relationship should be about teamwork, not one person controlling the other. She wants a relationship based on equality and growing together. A man who always tries to show he's superior or tries to control her is not attractive to her, and she won't bother trying to change him. Instead, she'll just pull away and move on, leaving him to deal with his own issues. For her, it's not about winning or losing. It's about keeping her peace and making sure she's in a relationship that fits her standards. She doesn't even consider getting involved in ego fights. Number 5, they like to take their time and won't be hurried. The saying, "they refuse to be hurried," perfectly describes the careful way Sigma females approach relationships. They believe that true connections need time to grow and aren't interested in speeding things up. For them, building trust and understanding involves watching and analyzing people and situations closely. They're not just after a quick spark. They're looking for a deep and lasting connection. If a man tries to hurry her into a more serious relationship with pressure, big romantic gestures, or moving too quickly to intimacy, she will naturally withdraw. Sigma females are cautious because they know rushing can lead to misunderstandings and shallow bonds. They prefer to let relationships develop at their own pace, which helps create genuine and deep emotional ties. To some, her method might seem slow, but she views it as her strength. She spends time checking if people are a good match, understanding their true intentions, and really getting to know them before she commits deeply emotionally. She recognizes that relationships based on quick choices or brief passions often end in letdowns. In a world that usually values quick results, Sigma females firmly believe in taking the time to nurture relationships. If a man cannot accept her need for this careful progress, he will find himself kept at a distance. She isn't here to rush, she's here to build something real. Number 6. They value quality more than quantity. Focus on the best, not the most. Sums up how Sigma males view relationships. They don't get caught up in the social pressure to date a lot or have shallow meetings. Unlike others who might start a relationship just to avoid feeling lonely or to fit in, Sigma males choose a different path. They prefer staying single over being in a relationship that isn't meaningful. For them, true connection comes from matching intellectually and emotionally. They value deep talks and real emotional sharing more than just brief and meaningless interactions that lead nowhere. Shallow standards and short-term flings don't attract them. They look for relationships that stimulate their minds and enrich their hearts. When it comes to choosing between many dates or casual encounters and a deep, meaningful bond with someone who truly gets and respects them, Sigma males will always pick the latter. They view relationships as serious investments of time and energy, and they want these investments to result in lasting bonds. In a world that often values quantity, they stick to their belief that real satisfaction comes from depth, not numbers. If they can't find a partner who meets their high standards, they prefer to be alone rather than settle for less. This dedication to quality shows they are patient and careful, ready to wait for the perfect match, instead of hurrying into something that doesn't align with their beliefs. Number 7. They steer clear of clingy behavior. The phrase, "they don't give in to desperation," really captures the way Sigma females handle their relationships. To them, if a man always needs a lot of attention or approval, it's a big turn-off. They prize being independent and want the same for their partners, with little tolerance for those who constantly seek reassurance or need a lot of emotional support. Sigma females believe that strong relationships are based on both people respecting each other and being emotionally self-sufficient. They look for partners who are self-assured and don't depend on others for their sense of value or happiness. If a man keeps needing her to notice him or depends on her to feel good about himself, she's likely to leave. She values her independence greatly and looks for the same quality in those she forms relationships with. She is attracted to men who are confident in handling their lives, who have their own hobbies and goals, and who do not rely on her for emotional support. If a man cannot manage his own feelings, she quickly senses the lack of balance and steps back without a second thought. Sigma females value real depth and maturity in their relationships and are drawn to partners who think similarly. They see clinginess as a sign of insecurity and are not interested in being someone's main source of reassurance. They prefer relationships where both individuals can flourish on their own, yet provide mutual support without becoming too dependent on each other emotionally. Number 8. She values her unique energy and won't let it go to waste. A Sigma female realizes how unique and valuable her energy is, and she's not about to waste it. She's well aware of how important her mental, emotional, and spiritual strength are. These qualities have been honed through her life experiences, deep thinking, and personal development. Unlike others who might spread their energy thin, giving it out to people or situations that just suck it away. A Sigma female guards her energy closely. She understands that it's special, and not just anyone deserves a piece of it. Her energy isn't simply about being active or successful. It's about how she interacts with the world, processes what happens to her, and forms deep connections with others. She sees relationships, whether they're romantic or just friendly, as big commitments of her energy. If these relationships don't bring something positive or inspiring into her life, she's quick to end them. It's not that she's harsh or unkind. She's just focused on protecting her own value. She's choosy because she knows that wasting energy on the wrong people can leave her depleted, needing time and effort to recover. A man who doesn't understand or respect this energy, who demands constant attention or emotionally exhausts her, won't be a part of her life for long. She expects every interaction to be meaningful and beneficial for both sides. If it's not, she moves on without any regrets, saving her energy for those who really matter. Number 9. Her achievements are not open for discussion. The phrase, "There's no denying her success," perfectly captures the essence of Sigma females. These women are determined, hardworking, and fully recognize their own worth. They've worked tirelessly to achieve their current status and have no intention of apologizing for their accomplishments. Whether they are climbing the career ladder, managing a business, or following their passions, Sigma females have clear goals and pursue them without seeking approval from others. The conventional role of a housewife, that's not their thing unless they're reshaping it to suit their needs, like managing a business from home or building their own empire. They reject outdated stereotypes that don't fit with their life goals. And if a man feels uncomfortable or intimidated by her ambition, he will quickly become unimportant in her life. Sigma females have no time for people who undermine their efforts or try to diminish their achievements. They aren't looking for men who view their success as a threat. She wants a partner who respects her ambitions, not someone who tries to hold her back or push her into a traditional role. For her, success is deeply personal, non-negotiable, and entirely on her terms. She won't compromise on this, and if a man doesn't support her, she's ready to let him go instantly. After all, her achievements belong to her alone. That's the final word. Number 10. They refuse to always be the one fixing problems. A Sigma female won't be anyone's quick fix in a relationship. She doesn't sign up to be a therapist, a mother, or someone's emotional support. If a man enters her life with his unresolved issues expecting her to sort them out, she's likely already on her way out. The old-fashioned idea that a woman should cure, mend, or carry a man through his troubles is not only outdated, but also really tiring. Sigma females stand strong on their own and look for the same independence in those they let into their lives. They have worked hard to manage their emotional well-being and have no interest in getting pulled into another person's mess. She's okay with people having imperfections. Everyone has them. But she can't stand the idea that she's expected to come in and fix them. In her view, a relationship should foster growth together, not leave one person to handle all the emotional heavy lifting. A man wrapped up in his own doubts, seeking a woman to make him complete, just doesn't match her expectations. She wants a partner who stands as her equal, not a project to fix. If a man can't manage his own emotional issues, she's not going to pick up the slack for him. So, when she encounters a situation where she's expected to be the fixer, the Sigma female doesn't argue, bargain, or make a fuss. She simply leaves quietly. Her time and effort are too precious to waste on someone who won't make an effort for their own selves. Number 11. She joyfully celebrates each personal triumph. She joyfully celebrates each personal triumph, is a vibrant testament to the Sigma female's independent spirit and self-sufficiency. She doesn't rely on external validation or applause to affirm her successes. Whether it's achieving a minor personal goal or reaching a significant professional milestone, she takes immense pride in her own achievements and honors them in her own distinctive way. This might involve a quiet evening spent in self-reflection on her progress, or perhaps a more tangible reward like a special treat or a day dedicated to her favorite activities. For her, recognizing and celebrating her own efforts and accomplishments is essential. It reinforces her self-belief and underscores her capabilities. If a man fails to support her or tries to diminish her successes, he will quickly find himself excluded from her life. Sigma females are fueled by their ability to appreciate and celebrate their worth, demanding the same level of recognition and support from those in their circle. Number 12. They insist on depth and authenticity in every interaction. They insist on depth and authenticity in every interaction captures the Sigma female's deep-seated need for meaningful connections in every aspect of her life. She has little patience for trivial conversations or surface-level engagements that offer no real value or enrichment to her existence. Instead, she actively seeks out individuals who are not only willing but eager to delve into profound discussions, share genuine emotions, and connect on a level that transcends the usual superficialities. This demand for authentic interactions may make her come across as intense or overly demanding to some, but for her, it's about focusing her emotional energy only on those who truly resonate with her on a fundamental level. If a man cannot engage her with substantial and meaningful dialogue, providing more than just fleeting chatter, he will find it challenging to maintain her interest. Sigma females crave relationships that are steeped in honesty, sincerity, and substantial emotional exchange. They settle for nothing less than real and profound connections. In a world where relationships often seem like a frantic game of musical chairs, Sigma females have become experts at gracefully exiting when it's no longer right for them. They're not just turning down men, they're actively choosing to put their own happiness, freedom, and principles first. Whether it's avoiding overly controlling people, declining to be someone's emotional crutch, or recognizing that wanting someone doesn't mean they're a good match, they clearly understand their needs and refuse to compromise. Let's be honest, a Sigma female isn't searching for someone to make her feel complete. She's complete on her own. If a man doesn't respect her personal space, stimulate her mind, or add real value to her life, she'll vanish quicker than a magician at a children's party. Believe me, she won't lose any sleep over it. Sigma females are focused on creating meaningful relationships, not getting involved in pointless ego clashes or emotional battles. They know their energy is precious and choose not to spend it on things that don't bring them joy or improvement. While some might think they're distant or too selective, they're actually just careful in a world that often settles for less. If this means they have to leave a relationship that isn't great, they will, because their happiness is their priority. Anyone who can't keep up with that should either step up or step aside. Thanks everyone for watching. Catch you in the next video. Bye, stay blessed, and as always, until next time.